Hey, it's MK and I am here with Off the Board. This is the inspiration that I have chosen from Pinterest. It is by Nikki Rowland for Bramble Fox, and I love this layout and cannot wait to see what I can do. I'm also playing along with 31 Days of Cut Files with MK and Janet. Here is just another sneak peek of the layout that I am going to be working with today, or I am going to be lifting, I should say. I have this super uber cute cut file by Peartree, but first I wanted to share these old-time garden leaves. These were gifted to me, so I have no clue where they came from, but they're a bunch of fern leaves, and so I cannot wait to see how they look on a layout. This is the cut file that I have from Peartree. It's the geotags all put together with little hearts. I also have this Kaisercraft wood grain that it's a winter wood grain, and I actually inked it up with some Tim Holtz Distress ink from the Lakeside sticker book. I bet you guys are getting tired of seeing that. I am going to be pulling some stickers and things out of that. I also have these Wishing Bubbles by 49 and Market. Some butterflies left over also from 49 and Market. Let's hope I can get more than just 3 on the layout. And then this is my photo. I'm at the top of the post piles. I climbed up the top and took a picture because they're hexagons. I love that picture, you guys. So that's why it warrants a 12 by 12. I'm going to back it on that close to my heart lime green from 49 and Market. Hike More. I'm going to use this bramble one, but it's actually going to be the stripes on the other side. I think I bought about 5 of these because I loved that stripe. Okay, from Paper Rose, I have the Mountain Trek collection. This paper here, this is paper A. And it is the cut aparts, but I'm actually going to use this side right here. And then this one is a watercolor tree. I have to go and get the label right here. Watercolor paper kit in National Park. And I think it's from Scrapbook Customs is what it is called. Let me look. Yes, it is from Scrapbook Customs. If you go to scrapbookcustoms.com, you might be able to find it. I only have a few sheets left, and this was also gifted to me by a subscriber. So thank you guys so much for sending me all of these warm wishes and sharing how grateful you guys are for my videos. I apologize. Sometimes I need to hear that. And because it just gets so overwhelming. So I do appreciate everything, you guys. You don't have to send me stuff to show appreciation. Your comments say it all. It really, really does, just to let you guys know that. All right, so I'm just deciding which way up I want my layout to go. I also have this twine from Stampin' Up. Not sure if I'm going to use it or not. And I think that was a water bottle from a previous layout. Let me move that out of the way. So what I want from this Paper Rose paper is this tree outline. That is what I want. So I'm going to cut off the bottom exactly to where I need it using my trimmer, and then I'm going to figure out the rest of the layout. Now, Nikki used plain white paper up at the top, and she drew attention, and that's what makes it go wow up at the top. But I really wanted this tree line, because when you stand at the top of the post piles, that's almost what it looks like, is all those trees and that whole huge line showing off, and you're on top of these really awesome sticks. I don't know how to describe it, you guys. It is just so cool. Now, I don't want to glue my tree line on top of this wood grain paper. I don't want to waste it. I mean, come on. It was just going to get covered up. So I went ahead and I ripped it right where it needed to be. I think I ripped it 1/4 of an inch too tall, so that way I had room, or I ripped it right exactly because I knew I was going to have this paper. I'm not really sure. Now I'm just deciding which stripe I wanted, and it's definitely going to be the 49 and Market stripe for the win. That is for sure. Can't pass up that 49 and Market, you guys. I just can't. I love distressed tiny stripes like this. I have black, I have green, I have red for Christmas, and I think I have a gray. I'm not really sure, but I get only a few pieces. That way, if another one comes out, a couple years down the road, I'm not, oh gosh, wishing I didn't have this many pieces, which I know sounds weird, but I want them to last me until the next set does come out. So, and I can't put black on every single layout, or I would just buy the black, right? So anywho, I am going to use my edge distressor to distress my ruffled edges. Now, the green stripe was ripped while the other one was torn. So there's a difference between being ripped and being torn. I used my ruler to tear the wood grain paper, which made it perfectly straight almost. And then I just used my edge distressor to lift up that edge ever so slightly. And then I ripped my paper for the striped, so that way I had that jagged, I think Janet calls it organic look to it. So that way it goes up into the tree line a little bit better instead of it just being straight across the bottom of the tree line. So I'm going to go ahead and glue my tree line straight to the, this is just a scrap piece of paper that I was using to back my cut files for, or not back my cut files, to cut out my cut files for 31 days. For scraps like this and for needing a backer like this, I usually save the ones that have a lot of paper. So if I just need to back my photo real quick, that whole top edge I could have backed 2 photos with. So I save them, but I don't really cut them down until I'm ready to use them, type of deal. So I'm not going to trim my photo down at all. I am going to go ahead and use this scrap up, and I'm guessing what is 6 1/4 because I want to distress the edges on this as well. So I'm going to do 6 1/4 by 4 1/4 for my photo mat, and I did flip the cardstock over to the bright side. Now I know it's like Star Wars. There's the light side and the dark side. You just, every time you say the word dark side, you guys got to think Star Wars. It's a thing, right? Is it just me, or is it a thing? It's got to be. Every time I hear the words, every time I hear specific words, it makes me think of movies or comic books or something. It's just really weird. Like I can't even say the words Yellow Submarine without singing a song. Okay, that's how bad it gets. So I'm going to go ahead and pop my photo right up at the top edge, just like Nikki did. I don't want to miss a thing because I love everything about her layout. Now, I don't have 3 photos. My photo is wider, deeper, longer, bigger. It's not as long, but it is thicker. So it goes down farther than what Nikki is using. So she's got a lot more room to play with, which is good because I don't have a whole lot of elements that I want to put on this layout. Like I want that cascading going down the page elements. And I feel like if I use a whole bunch, then it's going to ruin that effect. It's just going to look like it's a whole big cluster going down the page type of deal. So, and I definitely wanted to use up every bit of this cut file, you guys, the inner bits as well as the outer bits. I could not wait to have the opposites basically, and I really wanted a spray that matched my wood grain. So I used, I think it's called Ancient by Dina Wakley. I love that spray. I would say that I'm on my second bottle because I used the first one up. No, I did not. I actually spilt the first one at a retreat all over my desk, but missed my layout. Whoop! Glad I did that. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and use these words "let's go" from this collection. I shared with you guys what it was, and I totally spaced it. I did end up using the apostrophe on another layout, and I apologize that I didn't cut this part out. How boring. I wondered why it was 20 minutes long, but it was because I do fiddle with these a lot. And I am trying, I'm trying to embrace the fact that it's okay if I put glitter on outdoor layouts. Like, this is super glittery for me. It really is a little on the glittery side, but I'm trying to find what I can use for an apostrophe. And I think I'm going to end up using a leg off of one of the starfish looking stars. They're kind of weird. They don't quite look like asterisks, but they definitely don't look like stars. They look like starfish. But yeah, I'm going to use one of those legs so I can get an apostrophe so I'm politically correct, or grammatically correct. Yep, not even going to try that one. Grammatically. I got it. So anyways, now that my other cut files are dry from the spray, I am going to go ahead and back them with the white. Like I said, now I've got opposites going on. So I'm going to back with the white and then put my negative pieces back together after I drop it on top of each other. And look at that beautiful outline that I have around my hearts. Oh my goodness, I love this, you guys. I love how that looks, and I just can't wait to scatter all of these geotags all over my layout. It's a blast. Now, when I was looking for inspiration for my geotags, because of Off the Board, so Off the Board is where you use up the pins on your Pinterest. In your Pinterest board, you went through and you went and, oh my gosh, I love this, I love this, I love this. And you started saving like crazy when it was a thing back in the 90s, right? I don't know how long ago. It was probably the late 20s, but or the late 2000s. I'm not really sure when Pinterest came into play, but I did. And when I first started playing with Off the Board, it only took Off the Board every the last Wednesday of every month, and then the whole month of, is it May? No, May is May I Scrap Lift You. Off the Board is, we just had it. In June? July is Off the Board. Anyways, I don't remember, you guys. I apologize. But Crystal does Off the Board all month long in one of the months. It only took 1 year for me to go through all my pins that I ever posted on Pinterest, which means I didn't use it a whole lot. So now what I do is, okay, I am playing along with 31 days. I have geotags to play with. So I typed in geotag inspiration layouts, and I started looking through all the ones that used geotags on their layouts. And at first I came across this one and saw pink, moved along. I wasn't interested because it's a giant pink layout, right? Nope. And I don't even see a geotag on it. So why did that even pop up? So keep scrolling, right? Well, then I started looking at it and I was like, well, I really like the layout. Like, I like how she has her title over on the left and then it kind of cascades down to the bottom. There's very little embellishments. I mean, I just really liked, it's aesthetically pleasing to my eye. And I thought, okay, that's really cool. But why did it pop up as geotags? Well, she's got itty bitty, teeny tiny little acrylic geotags on her layout. And it's like, wow, that's awesome. It super is awesome. So I'm going to use giant, huge geotags on my layout, but I just definitely wanted to share how I came across this layout and how I went about looking for it, is because I had a piece that I wanted to use on my layout, and I typed it in as an inspiration layout. So X amount of subject, inspiration layout, right? So if whatever you're looking for, if you're looking for fishing inspiration layouts, if you're looking for hiking inspiration layouts or boy inspiration layouts, Pinterest is super smart, and it pops right up. So I'm pretty sure there was other layouts that had absolutely nothing to do with it, but if they're not pleasing to my eye, it doesn't catch me, right? All right, so I decided to put my triple geotags up at the top and use those. At first I was going to put them at the bottom where Nikki has the Let's Go really big banner at the bottom. But again, my photo is longer than hers, so it takes up a little bit more of that real estate that I have to play with to add items below it. And so it just wasn't working unless I wanted to cover up my feet, and I really did not want to do that. So I decided to put it up at the top. And then I've got all these little label stickers from the Lakeside collection. And once again, I pulled out all the stickers that were the same color. So all the lime green stickers. I'm really playing off that lime green because my photo technically is black and white. I mean, if you look at it, it's black and white. There's brown in between all of those hexagon layers or seams, I should say. But other than that, it's truly a black. I don't even have colored shoes on, you guys. I've got gray shoes on. So I've got the sky's the limit, and because it's outdoors, of course, I went with brown and green. So I definitely wanted to play off of that. Now, a couple of the stickers, you're going to think me weird on this one. A couple of the stickers were a little too thin to be playing in my layers. So I went ahead and I put them on my white scrap that I used to back my negative pieces of the geotags. And I used a hole punch because it was a circle. And then I left a white border on purpose, you guys. I did that on purpose, right? Because I have a lot of white going on in my layout. I've got a lot of white space going on for my labels. I just have a lot of white going on, and I just think it's so super cool to have a little bit of white on some of the other elements as well. So I also cut out those, are they compasses? Yeah, I think they're compasses. I cut a couple of those out of the sticker sheet. They're still on their backing. I don't plan on taking them off of their backing. I'm going to glue them on just the way that they are, so that way they're a little bit stiffer as well, and I don't have to worry about them not laying flat because I'm layering them on top of others. So when you get a super thin sticker, it does end up warping a little bit because you're laying it on top of this, on top of that, and then it ripples when it gets to that edge of something, even if it's as thin as what it was. So anyways, just thought I'd share that with you guys. So now I'm playing along with these really cool leaves. I mean, they are never ending. Look at how many leaves I added to this layout, and I still have a big old pile next to me. That's crazy. It really is. So I wasn't sure if I wanted a leaf going up my page, but I already put the word favorite down the side, and it was just going to cover it up, and I didn't know what else. I should have done the leaf first and then did the favorite, but I didn't think I could lift that favorite up, so I'm not even going to try. It's stuck down. It's a sticker. It's a super thin sticker. So yeah, I'm going to kibosh that idea and move on. So behind the scenes, I went ahead and glued everything down right where I had it. Basically, it's the put your finger down, lift up an edge, put some glue underneath it method. Not real technical, but I didn't want to move anything or do anything like that. I've got these two like metal looking labels. One says explore, the other one says adventure. I've got this cute little green word that says hike. So I will be adding that to down below just to have a little bit more cascading elements going on. And I wanted to make sure that what I did in the photo was completely separate with what I'm doing at the bottom. Now, Nikki made hers, she scattered things around to make everything all as one, like dropping down from her photo element. And I don't think I do that. I think I keep them as three separate. I've got one above the photo, one wrapping around the bottom of the photo, and then one down at the bottom. But then I bring in these butterflies, and this butterfly right here is going to marry those two together. So now I've got my cascading that I didn't think I was going to do, but I ended up doing it. And now I can have more space to put my wishing bubbles. So my wishing bubbles are just going to pop here and there and everywhere and get tucked in all different places, just like enamel dots. And I love the fact that they bring in that rose gold-ish color from the let's go word. I do still need to bring in some bling because that let's go is kind of lonely. It's looking like it doesn't belong. So I'm thinking about that at the same time as completing this layout. So once I use up all of these wishing bubbles, that entire sheet of layered embellishments for 49 and Market are finally used up. I have only had that sheet for, let's say, 5 years. Let's say 5 years, if that. They were a long time. They lasted a long time. I got good use out of them, and I still have a lot more to play with. I think I have 3 more sheets of that because when I found those layered embellishments, I was all over them. All right, so remember those little starfish? Yep. I'm going to add those to my layout because I didn't like how big the open stars were, and these little guys were just perfect, and there was only 3 of them. So I am going to put them on my layout just like that and call it good. Now, I don't really like mixing stars and hearts, but for this one, they kind of, it goes because they don't really look like stars, in my opinion. The one that I cut the little leg off of, because I only had 3, is tucked in below the right of the photo, behind that cluster. And I ended up using all of my butterflies. I'm so stoked. So that is my layout. Nikki, thank you so much for inspiring us and creating the way that you do. This was fun and fabulous, and I absolutely love how this layout turned out. I really do. All right, don't forget to check out the links down below. That is everyone that is playing along with Off the Board this month. Also, too, I've got two other links, both for 31 days. One is a playlist, so you can go and check out everyone else that is playing along with 31 days of cut files, as well as the Facebook group, so you can go and check out what is happening in the group. And then don't forget to check out Janet Fritz's channel to see how she uses this cut file for today. And I will check you guys all later. Thank you again so much for hanging out with me. Thank you all for those that send me well wishes and happy little surprises. I love them to death. Thank you. Thank you. And I will check y'all later. Bye.